नमस्कार. हांव प्रवीण गांवकर प्रुडंट मिडियान तुमचे गजाली ह्या कार्यक्रमात स्वागत करता. आज आमचे बरोबर आयिल्ले आसात जगविख्यात सरोदवादक उस्ताद अमजद अली खान साहब. Ustad Amjad Ali Khan Sahab is one of the most admired and loved sarod players of India and is the greatest exponent of his tradition. Ustadji, born in 1945 into a musical family, has been performing for last more than 50 years, and he is being awarded the second highest civilian honor, that is Padma Vibhushan. On behalf of Prudent Media and the music lovers of Goa, this is Praveen. Extend you hearty welcome, sir.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. Ustadji, you learned sarod from your father, Ustad Hafiz Ali Khan Sahab, one of the greatest sarod players, and it was homeschooling. At the same time, you have a great tradition of music, and you are being considered a sixth generation of musicians. And it is being claimed that the instrument sarod was being invented by your family.
Yes.
So can you tell us in brief about this?
You see, it will be easier if people can visit my website www.sarod.com. They can see the history of sarod, they can read about my forefathers. And originally we all came from Afghanistan and settled in Madhya Pradesh, especially in Gwalior. Gwalior, as you know, because Tansen was born in Gwalior and his grave is in Gwalior. So it used to be a capital city of music. Gwalior was considered earlier. So our house, ancestral house, where I was born, and my father was born in the same house, it has been now converted into a museum. It's called Sarod Ghar. You must go sometime whenever you visit Gwalior. And Gwalior is very close to Agra and Delhi. So it has all the instruments of my ancestors. My childhood instrument is there. And many great musicians, they have donated their instruments to our museum.
Okay.
So Sarod Ghar is a museum of musical heritage.
Okay.
It's open to public, and it's run by a trust, Ustad Hafiz Ali Khan Trust.
Okay. So Hindustani classical music, maybe vocal, maybe instrumental, you need a lot of practice, that is riyaz, dedication, sincere efforts, hard work. Can you tell us something about your riyaz and your learning process?
Actually, historically, our North Indian music is referred as Hindustani.
Hindustani classical music.
As if Karnataka is not Hindustani. Because I feel very awkward, very strange to refer as Karnataka and Hindustani. It sounds like two different countries.
Different countries.
But music has connected the whole world. This do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni. All together 12 notes. And our history of music and culture and tradition goes back 5,000 years.
Definitely.
And our music always had 7 notes. All together 12 notes, whether it is European music or Chinese music or Indian music. And today, when you look back, I mean, I feel proud to realize the achievement of mankind, that we have created cell phone, iPhone and iPod and iPad and keyboard. But nobody could create 13th note, musical note. Because music, the science of music was so advanced even thousands of years back, that the whole music world is dealing only these 12 notes. So, but hard work, the blessings of parents, blessings of Guru, that is most important. And I feel very sad that education, because we always boast about education, all over the world, especially in our country. Certain states they claim 100% literacy and all that. But in spite of so much education, education could not create compassion and kindness in a human being. So what is the message of this education? I don't understand. I mean, because of my music, I didn't deal much with the books because I feel that there are two parallel worlds in this universe. One belongs to pure sound, जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं कि स्वर ही ईश्वर है.
स्वर ही ईश्वर है.
So this is pure sound. And this is the purest form of music, where you are not dealing with words, you are not dealing with lyrics, you are not dealing with text. So the sound of sarod, sound of symphony, sound of violin, sound of any instrument, or even human sound like today I sang. So this is one world, and thank God I belong to the world of sound. Other world is based on lyrics, text, story, language. And also such music is called songs, whether it is khayal, tumri, dadra, film song, folk song. So the song which has words becomes more popular because people understand हम तुम एक कमरे में बंद हो, चाबी खो जाए,
lyrics.
तो जल्दी समझ आता है. So the common man understand the language. People don't have time to feel music. Because in sound there's nothing to understand. You have to feel music, you have to realize music, you have to experience music. So unfortunately the world of words ruling the world. And there is an old saying that language creates barrier. So one should listen to pure sound. With full concentration. All over the world, Indian classical music has a good message. People find it very peaceful.
You have been performing for last more than 50 years in India, abroad. So can you differentiate audience from foreign countries with that of India? With regard to concentration, discipline is concerned.
You see, European world or Western world, they have given more importance to fine arts, especially classical music. I mean, you can understand the way Shakespeare is preserved. We could not preserve Ghalib or our great poets in our country. The way they have preserved Beethoven, we could not preserve any great musicians in our country. In their world, I mean, even today there are special institutions of music. Where children, young people, they want to become classical musicians. But in our country, in education world, I think the girls are more encouraged to become a dancer or musician, but not the boys. Because the boy has to earn money, and the parents, they don't encourage their boys to become musician because the future is uncertain. So that is it is true, because for a classical musician, it's almost like entering into a dark tunnel with the hope of sun ray someday.
Was it your own decision to take sarod playing as a profession, or your father motivated you?
The whole atmosphere motivated, the atmosphere in the house. But my father was because being a youngest child in my in the family, my age difference was too much, because My father's contemporaries were Ustad Abdul Karim Khan Sahab,
Yeah.
Ustad Fayyaz Khan Sahab,
Yeah.
and Ustad Inayat Khan Sahab.
Mhm.
I mean, they were Ustad Alauddin Khan Sahab. So they were all contemporaries.
Yeah.
They were at the same time, they were all performing. But I'm so fortunate that I could see him and be around him and realized his message of humanity, compassion, kindness, and love.
And that
So,
fascinated you.
Yes, the atmosphere of everybody in our house, all my elder brothers,
Hmm.
everybody was, and disciples of my father, they were all playing.
Hmm.
So that inspired me,
Okay.
and also a responsibility of gharana,
Okay.
that was important.
There has been an approach in the past by musicians in our country to have an exclusive TV channel for Indian classical music. Till date, neither government nor private companies have done anything in this regard. So what is your opinion? There should be an exclusive TV channel dedicated to Indian classical music?
Yes, I think there should be, but there has to be lot of planning, it will need lot of organization, that only artists who have realized the ragas or the tal, they should be given chance to perform.
Yeah.
I'm not saying great musicians. I'm saying
All.
any musician who understand rag and tal should be allowed to perform. It's easy, or maybe I'm sure someday there will be channel for 24 hours of Indian classical music.
We hope so.
But only those people should be given chance who are the real representative
Of Indian classical music. It's an era of reality shows, television channels, and music is no exception for these type of reality shows.
Yes.
Youngsters are getting attracted towards these shows where they get name and fame within no time, but there is no hard work. Don't you think this is hampering the real growth of Indian music? Because they are just after these shows and they are nowhere after the show.
But these reality shows, I think it has created some kind of awareness about music. And I feel, I'm very happy, to see many very, very young, talented singers. But I think it's all because of glamour, because of the prize, lot of money is involved. So more than the child, the parents become more interested that the child should get that prize.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of people, lot of youngsters, they receive the prizes also. But after some time, you don't see them. So I think the duty of every parent should be to go to right kind of guru, so that the child, if he or she is talented, they will become national assets also.
The present generation and Indian classical music, as I mentioned just now, youngsters are getting attracted to Western music or pop music or Bollywood music, and they are neglecting Indian classical music. So what is your opinion? So for future of Indian classical music is concerned?
200 television channels, there has been a cultural aggression. In our country, every city and every village was not ready to see the television.